4D Tai Chi is a unique way to practice Tai Chi forms, which have the following benefits. One, it allows focus practice of a few moves at a time. Number two, it allows flexibility so that you can fit the time available to practice. And three, it could be an interesting way for beginners to learn a few Tai Chi moves at a time. I choreographed the 4D Tai Chi exercises about 10 years ago, and I've been practicing it ever since then, along with my regular Tai Chi practice. I got the idea for these exercises from my teacher, Master Dong Zeng Chin, who had developed an exercise to practice push hands without a partner. Now, if you don't know what push hands is, it is a two-person exercise in which you use the Tai Chi principles of yin and yang to develop martial arts skills. In the solo push hands exercise, the practitioner will face different directions while performing the four postures of push hands, which are Peng, Lu, Qi, and An. In class, we would use the solo push hands exercise for warming up and cooling down, starting off at a moderate speed and then going faster and faster and getting more and more relaxed. My teacher's push hands exercise, solo exercise, was documented in the 1994 April issue of Tai Chi magazine. I liked the idea of performing a few moves at a time while turning in different directions. So what I did was I took all of the forms in the slow or long set and created 4D, which stands for 4 directions, Tai Chi exercises for them. So here's a demonstration. This is a video which was taken in 2009. In the video, I am demonstrating the 4D exercise that I had choreographed for the needle at the C-bottom posture as well as related postures. Now, turn on the audio because there is an audio commentary. This is pull to knee and strike, also known as brush knee and push in other styles. This is needle at bottom of the C, but being performed facing north rather than facing west as in the long set. Dodge and block up, also known as push through mountain or fan through back in other styles. Windswept strike to ear. What I'm doing here now is I'm repeating the moves that I just performed, but facing the opposite direction and in the mirror image postures. In the long set, you may use the right hand to poke downwards, but in the mirror image form, I use the left hand to poke down. So again, these are continuations of the moves, but in the mirror image and facing opposite direction of the way that I had done them the first time. Now I turn back 90 degrees and perform the regular postures again. The feet follow the pattern used in Grandmaster Dong's solo push hand set, except it is a little more complicated when you do it with other moves in the long set. As far as the feet position and the feet movements. So performing the moves in the normal way here, and now I start to perform the moves in the mirror image forms facing the opposite direction from the previous set of moves. So this is a continuous form that you can do as long or as short as you want to. And I've broken the form up into a number of small 4D Tai Chi sets, so you don't have to do every of those sets every day. You can do one a day, for example, or 2 or 3. Turning in different directions provides interest. You don't have the same visual clues as in the long set. For example, in the long set, you may always perform posture number X when facing the door. But here, of course, you continue to face in different directions, so it makes you think a little bit more. Needle at the bottom of the C can be used for different applications. I used it here to redirect an opponent's force downward. It can be used to attack sensitive areas of the body. I've seen another school use it for securing a wrist lock on an opponent. In reality, there are an infinite number of moves depending on what your opponent does, and this is what we learn when we practice push hands. Repeating a small number of moves is like a drill. For example, it's like going to the golfing range to practice driving the ball, so it can be used to develop perfection. But because you are doing the moves more often, they can be used for expansion or experimentation. For example, what if your opponent is shorter than you or taller than you? Also, you could experiment with different speeds, doing it fast or slow. Here I am doing it at a moderate rate, whereas you could do it much slower for meditation or much faster for loosening up. So after 8 changes in directions, you are back to where you started, and you just repeat the cycle as needed. So thank you for watching my video.